Assalamu alaikum, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. It's a great privilege to have a young, dynamic, versatile personality with us because, by his age, you can understand he's very young, but the wisdom what he's got is quite great. Highly appreciated, Dr. Said Shafi.
Thank you
very
so
much for
much.
your time.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Now, Dr. Shafi, just what I want to ask you is since how long you're into this, as a social activity, how much you're.
Sir, I started interacting with students. I started interacting with people of our community when I was 17 years of age. I finished my intermediate. I wrote my entrance examination and the result was awaited. तो शौक के तौर पे मैं पढ़ाना शुरू किया और ये शौक ये दिल की लगी बन गई and I am into teaching.
Fantastic. Like I heard you have a school. What's the name of the school and since how long that school?
So I am the director of Shangri-La Group of Institutions. There are 5 branches of the group. It runs schools and it caters to the educational needs of the society. We cater to those people who want to have education, but we try to give them the highest standards with the limited resources which we have.
What's the strength you have in your school?
The strength of the school is like we have got more than 1500 students
Altogether in 5 schools. And how, when you've got this idea that I heard you're doing a lot of events, a lot of, community development events, since how long?
See, being in contact with the community, being in contact with people of our community specifically, there have been many programs, many initiatives which we have taken. And it really feels great when we get that kind of satisfaction. Money might give you a lot things, but what money can't buy is satisfaction of the conscience, and this is what gives us the satisfaction of conscience. Many initiatives we have taken by the grace of Allah Ta'ala. We have done Meet Your Mentor program. I would like to just draw your attention to this program. This program was a platform for our students to interact with professionals. We invited Professor Balakista Reddy, who is the Vice Chancellor of Nalsar University of Law, and he interacted with my students of standard 9th and 10th. We invited Professor Mahmood Siddiqui, who is the Registrar of Maulana Azad National Urdu University, and there was an interactive session with the students on how they can become good academicians. Balakista Reddy sir, he told how they can become good lawyers. We had Arshad Ayub, the famous cricketer, who talked about how students can become good sports persons. We had the director of Air India, Sahil Kishan. He came and he interacted and he told about what are the career prospects in the aviation industry. We had Dr. Javed Kamal, who is a famous poet from our own city, and he talked about how students can develop interest and they make their career in literature. So we had multifaceted people who had come over there.
Brilliant. That's what Dr. Shafi. What he meant to say is that he's got the creativity. You can understand. He's got various field pioneer. He got it and told his students. All students have learned a lot. Okay, then what about this COVID? Like how you're coping up with the COVID? Like I know this last 8 months were quite tough, but how you're coping up with that?
See, basically, this pandemic, it has actually affected education, and it has affected education to the max. Other sectors probably have opened up, but schools still haven't. It is a big challenge, specifically for budget private schools like ours, wherein the resources are limited. Resources pertaining to hardware plus resources pertaining to the data. They have one device and there are more than one children. We have one device and there is more than one child.
Then how what is the strategy? Like how children are getting education?
We have started educating the children through the online mode only. There have been classes which have been scheduled in a manner that every sibling can get access to that class. We are operating from 8 o'clock in the morning to 6:30. Our timetable is spread across the whole day, 8 o'clock in the morning to 6:30 in the evening, so that our teachers are working really very hard. I think their recognition, their appreciation is something which is still due, and I am telling this, they are working from 8 o'clock to 6:30, and every day, because of a single device, this problem has to be solved. So we have to spread our classes through a long thing.
So Dr. Shafi, are you confident that obviously the technology, are they coping up with the technology? Because for students, I mean, all of a sudden you imagine, I mean, probably in the month of March, all of a sudden, unfortunately, this started. So, how you have, I mean, channelized your students, like,
It was a very big challenge. Mobilization of the students. First thing is, the students were not ready. I mean, more than the students, the parents were not ready to accept the fact that education could happen online. But by God's grace, see, we have plans that for class 10, we have planned to finish off the entire syllabus by Jan 10th. So we have educated them, we have talked to the parents, we have told them that all across the world, people have switched to this mode unless and until it becomes safe for the children to return back to the school. We have to be like this, we have to focus on education through the online mode only. There are multiple challenges associated again. I mean, the parents have issues pertaining to the children's eyesight getting disturbed. Everything. I mean, understanding part also is a challenge. Then there are network connectivity issues which always prevail. But still, what we have done is we have given them whatever class is there. We have also given them a recorded version of it, so that when parents come back home, they can have access to the recorded version of the lesson.
brilliant. I mean, what Dr. Shafi is saying very clearly is he's got some strategic ideas where he's giving best to his students. That's quite fine of you. But what about, financial factor? Like, do you think it's really affecting you? Because obviously you've got to, you have your staff, you have, a lot of variable costs, and in fact, a lot of fixed costs also there. How you're coping up with?
See, financially, there has been a very high beating, and a beating which is enormous for all educational institutions. Leave alone us, for everyone, it has been there. There are two ways of looking at it. One way of looking at it is schools, whatever they get is in the form of fee. And fee comes from parents. And I understand that the parents at this stage are in such a financial crisis that they have to work very hard to get their bread and butter. And now coming towards the institution point of view. From the institution's point of view, yes, finances are nil, but still we have to support our staff. I would go on camera and say this, yes, financially we are not able to support much to our staff, but whatever the school can do at its particular level, we are trying to do.
What do you want to request to the government at this point in time? What benefits you're expecting?
The only thing which I would like to expect is, see, there has been a recognition for almost everyone in this country, but the teachers have always, although teaching is such a profession wherein it is the mother of all professions. It creates doctors, it creates engineers. You have COVID warriors. I with due respect to them, but what about teachers? The lawyers have got their due. The doctors, of course, we are still indebted, but still there is recognition. I would request the government, on behalf of all the teachers, that the government should take up some steps. I understand there is a lot of financial pressure even on the government because of this pandemic, but still something which government can do is it can transfer some amount. I'm not talking about the entire salary. Some amount which is sufficient for the teachers to live a decent life. If at all, a DBD, direct cash transfer, if that happens, probably that will be helpful for the government. When the government can give rupees 10,000 per house which was affected by floods, I understand that, I respect the government's decision, but I think the government should also respect the teachers, and their condition is literally, specifically the teachers of the private schools, their condition is really something which we have to worry about. If the government could do that, I think the government will be applauded and all the teachers will remember the Honorable Chief Minister.
Fantastic. So when do you think these exams will end? Do you have any idea when it will
The most confusing academic year has been this academic year. We do not know whether the classes are going to start, whether they are not going to start, when the exams are going to happen, when they are not going to happen. Sometimes it is becoming difficult for us also. We have to say, we talk to the students and we say your exams are close by. When? We do not know. We don't have an answer for it. But I personally feel that because we have to ensure that the academic loss for the children has to be minimum, so I think the government should conduct the examinations at least by the month of May. would be good enough time for preparation for the students also, and even for the syllabus completion part, so that we don't jeopardize the next academic year.
That's nice, Dr. Shafi. Now, I would like to ask one thing. Even though there were so many hurdles, a lot of obstacles, but still you're so optimistic, you're so confident. From where it comes? What is the secret of that?
I personally believe this is what my religion teaches me, and I'm sure हर अच्छी चीज़ और हर बुरी चीज़ वो अल्लाह की तरफ से ही होती है, और अगर अल्लाह चाहता है कि दुनिया में इस तरह की वबा आए तो अल्लाह की क्या मसलियत है वो अल्लाह ही जाने। बंदा बस यही कर सकता है कि अपने रब को हमेशा याद रखे और उससे आस न छोड़े। मैंने एक शेर लिखा था कि आजमाइशों और मुश्किलों का ही तो नाम ज़िंदगी है, आजमाइशों और मुश्किलों का ही तो नाम ज़िंदगी है, आस रहमत की न छोड़ यही दरकार बंदगी।
Mashallah. You imagine, I mean, he himself is a poet. He's, as I told you, he's a, multi-faceted personality. The best part, what he has mentioned is very clearly, he was talking that it was not so easy to teach the students because, imagine the technology, what has been now and what earlier it was, he has to cope up with that. Apart from that, he was talking about the financial aspect. Definitely, he's got a lot of beat. In fact, not he, every person who was into this industry. And apart from that, he was very happy and glad to appreciate all his teachers because they were working from morning 10 to 6:30. That's what he said, like with high respect to them, they are doing extraordinary work. It's a great plot from him. And third thing what he had mentioned is about the when I ask about the support from the government, definitely he's looking forward for some support from the government because obviously it's quite clear, when government is there, if at all we are suffering from any problems, definitely it's our moral duty to ask the government. If government can understand and gives a lot of benefits, it will be great for them. And apart from that, what he has mentioned about the school part, definitely he's not quite confirmed because obviously it's every now and then it's quite apprehensive mode because we don't know what's going to happen because someone says that exam will be there, someone says that exam won't be there, maybe he don't know, but he's got a positive aspect what he's feeling that probably in the month of May he may expect exam will be there for SSC. And with all the things he's got he's a great person. The reason why I'm talking all these things is because I've seen his a lot of events he organizes, a lot of what's his intention is he always believe in giving. That's what I like the best part because what he believes is if you can give more, Almighty God will always loves. That's what the best thing. Apart from that, the best thing what I loved his statement was what he said is if you are giving good to the government, then you will get back. What you sow, so you reap. If you just ask from the government that we need this, we need that, then obviously from where government will get. It's our noble duty to give back to the government, then expect the best of the best. That's what very nice. That's what, the versatile personality. Dr. Sayyid Shafi was with me. In fact, it was a privilege to have with you. In fact, our viewers will be very happy viewing you. That's a privilege and have a great time. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.